Hey guys, Space Marine 658 here. Welcome to episode 1 of our season 2 Let's Play of Aurora 4X. Last time we left off, we had kind of explained everything that's going to go on with the series. So if you want to know a little bit more about that and the changes and why we're reverting to a new series with 1.13 being out, make sure to check out episode 0. Now, what we're going to do in this first episode is going to be a little bit slower because I am planning on doing a lot of voting, so that way we can get things figured out. In the Discord chat down below, if you would like to be involved in any of that, make sure to let me know that you'd like to be made a representative. Representatives get to sort of decide a lot of the direction of the way the series is going to go, and I'm actually pushing through a vote to them here pretty soon. That'll be mostly for next episode. This episode's going to be sort of a short one because it is Memorial Day tomorrow. So to do that, I'm just going to make something kind of quick. It'll kind of just cover the basics. That way everyone can get back to their celebrations, sort of honoring the day. But yeah, so today the big focus I'm just going to kind of do is just set some research stuff up and design our first scout ships, which we can't quite build yet. We're going to have to actually not lock them. We're going to wait until we get some of this research done, because there's some research that I do have to get out of the way, that there's no voting on this because we kind of have to do this. It's unfortunately a requirement to actually do some of the later research, like geo-survey sensors. That has to be done. So what we're going to do is do this, and let's see. I pick them. All right. And create, yeah, and that'll get done here pretty quick, by the end of the year at least. Their bonuses are very crap, but we don't have a whole lot of scientists to choose from here in the beginning, so we're definitely going to need to expand our academies. Alright, so, and then the other one I wanted to go with was, what was it? I swear it was one of these with a cargo hold. Oh, fuel storage. Yeah, because we're going to build some pretty big ships. So we want to get one of these guys going. And then let's see, who do we have left? Power propulsion, energy weapons, biogenetics, sensors, and control. Sensors is basically going to be our earliest picks. That's where we're going to kind of go focus on. Just because that way we can get this stuff all out of the way. And then let's go with, for our last one, power and propulsion. And we're going to go for jump point theory. So we can make our jump drives here eventually. That's the goal, at least. Oh, that's right, yeah. Because we spent all 10 on him. We actually want to remove some of these. Let's go back to August. Don't know quite, because I mean, jump points are going to take a while. So let's do that and then create. Take the rest for that. Yeah, that'll take a while longer. We can always add, in fact, I'll say assign new here. So we're gonna start working on the labs and stuff. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do for research. This is all basic stuff we're gonna have to do anyways, but we're gonna be able to vote on what direction we want to focus our research on, and that's basically gonna be the first big vote, is sort of what area do we want to specialize in. And I'm basically gonna spend next episode kind of harnessing our research towards that direction, whether it's power propulsions, whether it's sensors. Just to give me a rough idea, I'll still make decisions day to day. That will be a little bit as to what the representatives will get some say in. They're going to get a bit more say in things like that, but that's basically what we're going to focus on. So let me see here. All right. I'm not going to worry too much about assigning administrators and stuff quite yet. But one thing we're going to do is we're actually going to design our first ship, because I'm going to show you how the new miscellaneous modules work. These will allow us to create roleplay bits that we can actually make laws that certain ships require certain pieces, and I think that's going to be really cool. That is definitely something that's going to be involved a lot more heavily in the series. Get a lot more research things, like our survey ships are going to require research labs. Things like that, things that aren't technically in the game. I think there is something called a where is it? yeah, science department. That to me isn't the same as a science lab. So it's something we're definitely going to want to include in our ship is a science lab. So let's go and kind of look over the new ship designer. It's not new. It's not new necessarily. But they have made some changes to some things. I really do like just how much quality of life stuff has been changed in this last update. Mostly it was quality of life, and then some really cool little roleplay things that I really enjoy, like the miscellaneous modules. So we're gonna go with our survey ship and new ship class. And we're actually gonna say in here it is going to be each, because we're not going to build a whole bunch of these. Now we will have new generations of them and stuff, and we'll build a decent amount of them, but we're not building like thousands of these things. So what I want to do is name these after sci-fi authors, and then select a random name from the theme. And what we're going to do is we're going to go here, and I created these before because I was doing some testing. We're going to make 4 of these engines. Actually, no, we're going to give it 5 just to make sure we've got enough, and then give it a lot of fuel storage because this is going to be able to go for a long time. Now with this, I'm shooting for somewhere around, because last time I felt like I built my ships a little bit too short range. They broke down a bit too quickly. Now since it is a commercial vessel, they should last quite a bit longer, at least for maintenance purposes. I won't have to worry about as much the maintenance and all that because it's all going to be handled by commercial aspects because it's a commercially designed ship. Now I think with the sensors, it is going to make it a military ship. So it was something we will have to take into account once we get those researched, but it is something where I'm not super worried about the maintenance because it's much more clear now. It looks like the UI has been moved around a bit. You see the maintenance supply points and the max repair. This max repair is sort of the largest object on your ship if it gets damaged, what it needs to repair it. So let's go here. All right, and I'm going to say we're going to shoot for, so it's multiples of 12s, so that's a year. So we're looking at probably 10 years, just to kind of give us a rough length of time how long we'd like these to be out, because 10 years to me is long enough for us to have enough scientific advancement that we can redesign the ships or send them back out if we don't have much more improved technology. So what we're gonna do is, and since that is, let's see here, so this times 30, we're looking at, so that's 3,600 days I believe. So let's go and pop on another engine and then quite a bit more fuel storage. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think we're having enough to get it quite as high as I'd like it, but I mean, thinking 25 things of fuel storage, that gives us, 1,200 days of range. That's what? 120 days is 3 months. 3 months times 10. 300 months. Right, my math is atrocious. North American math. So let's see here, as my friend used to tell me. So 1,200 days divided by 30 days in a month. We're looking at 40 months. Yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. So that's a third of the deployment time. That's enough that they can make 3 trips without needing to be completely overhauled. That sounds about right to me. Let's throw on some engineering spaces. These don't give maintenance supply points, but these do give, there's a thing called IVR. Basically it is your average repair time. Basically when things break down, you have to have engineers to fix them. If engineers are there maintaining things last longer, they break down less. Your IVR is sort of that calculation. It's not showing quite yet because this is a commercial vessel, in which case maintenance supplies don't matter, but it will become a military vessel once we have the sensors that will show that. In fact, we might even throw on some sensors here in a minute just to show what it'll be like roughly, because we're gonna have to recalculate a lot of this once we know that. But this is where you get most of your maintenance supply points from, is your storage base. So let's see here. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to design a military sensor. It'll be active grav. I think if you have it Actually, no. What is the one that's... Alright, what we'll do, just for the purposes of showing how much maintenance we're going to need, I'm going to make the smallest possible military engine. So we'll leave it at engine power max, but make it very tiny. Something that weighs almost nothing, so we're mostly focused on the actual issue at hand, and we'll just call this temp mill engine. Instant this. Go here, and then refresh tech. Throw this on here. Oh, okay, we can't have... Okay. I guess I didn't think about that. Yeah, you can't have commercial military engines on the same boat. Which doesn't necessarily make sense, but I kind of get it. It makes a weird kind of sense. But yeah. Anyways. So we'll say 10,000 MSP for now. We'll change that later once we get those sensors kind of built in. Alright. But yeah, for now we're going to leave this alone. We should be able to close this and it shouldn't remove the ship. Yeah. Oh, and then we want to design our first miscellaneous part. So it'll just say miscellaneous here, and this is going to be a research lab. Now our research lab, the way I like to do it, is it's going to start out really heavy, really expensive, and takes up a lot of the storage space on our ship. Early versions especially are going to probably require a couple of them, but as technology improves, you need less space for the extra stuff. So the idea is that, maybe our ships start out needing 5 of these. That's something we'll vote on here after the end of this episode. But in fact, it'll probably be available for people to vote on before this, but this is going to be for the representatives. But we're going to kind of focus in, hone in on, how many of these research labs do we want on a ship? And as time goes on, they're going to get lighter and lighter, but will still require that same amount of research labs. So let's start with the heaviest, and we'll say survey ship research lab. We'll say 5k tons. And we'll instant that as well. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 1 on it for now. But I'm actually gonna put a vote up for people to vote on how many of these are we required to maintain. And as time goes on, we'll remove, or not remove, we won't remove them, but as our technology improves, say with every second engine upgrade, we'll half the size of the research lab. But yeah, so I'm gonna put that out there. But thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.